Alright guys, how we doing today? Welcome to another edition of The Rounds. We bring you the freshest and tastiest in all that brews each and every episode here on The Rounds. And we always like to try and support local whenever possible. So today we're swinging up to Sweetwater here in Atlanta, Georgia. And we're going to check out their new Dank release. This one is called 420 IPA. So for those of you familiar with Sweetwater, hopefully you are, their flagship offering is called the 420 Pale Ale. And it's a West Coast style Pale Ale. It's got a nice little hop characteristic to it. And for this Dank, oh, isn't that pretty? For this Dank, they actually decided to up the amount of hops and alcohol in their 420 and turn it into a full-on, that smells delicious, turn it into a full-on IPA. So they probably didn't reduce the amount of water because they want to try and make the same amount of beer. So what they did was add a bit extra hops and give it a little stiffer malt backbone. And I can tell you that even just pouring it really kind of opened up like a sweet tangerine-y, orange kind of sweet hoppy smell. So nice bit of sugar there and enough hops to really kind of bring out that fruity aspect. It almost smells like Columbus a little bit. Maybe some Cascade in there. But fantastic smell to it. You can see we're on the darker side of honey here. Almost kind of an amber. It's still orange, but bordering on red with highlights around the edge of the glass here. Well-structured head, actually seems to be sticking around quite nicely. And this is going to be a little shorter on the supply than normal Dank releases. Why that is, I'm not entirely sure. But 8.5% alcohol by volume, I'm not entirely sure on the IBUs. Let's see what else. It should run you about $5, so it's not going to break your pocketbook at all. I find that this one plays a little more to the orangey citrus side, where the Sweetwater IPA definitely plays to that grapefruit characteristic and quality. The malt backbone, again, is providing a little bit of sweetness for those hops to kind of play off of. And really, really well done. Overall, the hop spikes, it's definitely hop forward. The hop spikes right at the beginning of the flavor profile, and it mellows out really nicely. So I wouldn't say it's too over the top per se. But definitely some of those stickier, citrusy, sticky hop aspect to it. So be ready for that if you're not a hop fan. But other than that, guys, it's a fantastic selection. Sweetwater's done it again. Seriously, I find that I love their experimental beers like 10 times as much as their regular beers. And their regular beers are great. I mean, fantastic quality, especially for the price point. But their experimental beers are just bang on. They do fantastic work. Sticky Fresh Nugs, Goulash, 420 IPA. Last year, about this time, they did one called the Border Hopper, which was a double IPA, and it was like all Citra hops, and it was freaking ridiculously good, like amazing. And this is bang on too. This is definitely worth $5 for the pour, to say the least. So that being said, guys, get out there, support Sweetwater, support local American independent breweries, and we will see you next time over the rounds. Have a good one, guys.